When you can actually see your profit for the year in dollars and cents, it gets you more in the notion of selling corn, knowing that I can lock in a $50,000 profit or whatever the profit is. You want to lock it in. If I know I can make that much profit in a year, I will be in business next year.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name's Cody Bills. Today is the 8th here, and we had a mixed day in Chicago with corn trading down 4 3/4 cents, soybeans up 7 3/4, and wheat in Chicago trading up 4 cents on the day. Let's talk a little bit about corn here because it got off to a positive start, trading up as high as $3.99 3/4 before it met some resistance up around that whole $4 price level. We traded back down to around $3.90 1/4 to close off the day here. I wouldn't be surprised if that resistance up there was just too strong, that big whole number. There's probably some producers up there looking to sell corn at that price. It looks as though from talk there was a little bit of more farmer sales today as we did move up to that key price level. We'll have to see how that pans out going forward. Earlier today there was positive news out of the fact that there was some DDG shipments that are going to China here. We'll see if they're able to pass through customs, but if they do, that would be relatively positive here, as many cargoes were turned away in the earlier part of the year due to that unapproved strain of corn, Mir 162. It would seem that that would be kind of a policy shift if those DDGs are able to make it fully through customs without any sort of disruption. Earlier on today, we also got some export sales out. 136,000 metric tons here sold to Japan for 14-15 delivery for corn. We also saw soybeans have a nice sale here, 130,000 metric tons to Spain for 14-15 delivery. Both of those are very positive. Now this morning, we also saw export inspections come out. Wheat came in meeting analyst expectations with only about 269,000 metric tons here inspected for export. So that's not very positive. It wasn't on the high side of the range, kind of on the lower side of the range, and of course combine that with last week's export sales, which really weren't all that positive either. There's not a lot of really bullish news out here for wheat, but there are still concerns about Russia and their possible trade barriers down the line. Of course, corn here came in below analyst expectations. They were only 532,000 metric tons inspected for export. Analysts were expecting anywhere between 650 and 800,000 metric tons. So that wasn't very positive. Soybeans, on the other hand, beat analyst expectations. This could have been one of the other positive pieces of news here that allowed soybeans here to continue that movement higher from that large spike higher here on Friday. Inspections were 2.2 million metric tons. Analysts were expecting anywhere from 1.5 to 1.7. So that came out really beating analyst expectations. Very positive here, and of course we're trading higher today. Now the question is, can we continue to move higher here? And of course, as we go toward Wednesday, we got to keep in mind that we do have a WASDE report. Expectations for that report are for soybeans ending stocks to be revised lower. Ending stocks here, the average of analysts guess here about 427 million bushels here for carryout. That's revised from 450 back in November. So keep that in mind here. Expectations are for ending stocks to be revised lower here for soybeans due to that strong demand that we've seen. A lot of that strong demand here is what has brought us up to these price levels. Do I think we can continue to move higher? I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow we get a little bit of a pullback as we move into Wednesday's report. So do keep in mind and make sure that this is a part of your strategy. Keep in mind that on Wednesday we do have that WASDE report. That is likely to define the direction here for the remainder of the year. So pay close attention to that. Wheat expectations, we're expected to see higher ending stocks here for wheat at 654 million bushel carryout, and corn 2.027 billion bushels here. That would be an increase in ending stocks from that November report.